Hey, everybody, welcome back to the PTE Network. My name is Chris, and I am 37 minutes away.
In a
Or
row?
37 seconds away, 37 minutes away from, not even away, but like removed from seeing the Fantastic Four. Mike, my friend, you saw it this weekend. How you doing? What are you drinking?
I did. I'm doing fantastic, actually, as it turns out. Yeah, I alluded to you. I sent Chris a somewhat cryptic message earlier today saying, you'll find out later about the huge missed opportunity that occurs in that movie. I was like, it goes 30, it's only around for 37 seconds in my brain. I'm waiting for someone to say in a row
No one
because I'm
said
so,
it.
because I'm so conditioned to hearing that from all of the lovely folks on this network. But no, I'm doing very well. And as for what I'm drinking, tonight I have with me a lovely nut brown ale from the Yazoo Brewing Company, just a little north of here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, nice.
It's lovely. I'm killing the 6-pack tonight, so I might have to pick up some more of these though because these are really good and they're a good go-to when you don't want anything like super heavy. You know, it's just it's a very nice brown ale.
I do like brown ales. I'm going to go something a little bit sweeter, though. From Florida Avenue Brewing, right here in Tampa, Florida. This is the Let Them Eat Cake Strawberry Shortcake Lager. I've had it on the show before.
Mm-hmm.
I love this beer. It's so good. I might have to. Because not only did I love this beer, Mike, I freaking love this movie.
It was so good, right?
And then I went with my buddy Sam. He was less enthused about it.
Oh, interesting.
I loved this movie. What did you think?
I really, really enjoyed it. I could tell. Like, I mean, I knew I was enjoying the movie, but I could tell just how like invested I was. I'm gonna jump ahead towards the very end of the movie. So, by the way, it goes without saying, if you're listening to this, there are spoilers abound.
Galore.
We're gonna talk everything. So if you haven't seen the movie, you don't want to go in spoiled, turn this off. Come back when you have seen the movie. But at the very end, when she's pushing when Sue's pushing she's got the force field up, she's pushing Galactus back towards the thing. I was like straining along with her in my seat. I'm like, come on, push. That was good. I caught myself doing it. I'm like, Mott, you're kind of an idiot. You know that you're not affecting this at all. But at the same time, I was so engaged, and I was like actually like kind of like tensing up and willing her on. So no, I really enjoyed the hell out of the movie.
I genuinely loved it. So for me, this kind of continued the trend of it's Marvel telling a very particular type of story. In this case, like almost like a family drama wrapped up in a superhero movie.
Yep.
And it's the second movie in a row that Marvel did this with, and I am loving this take on Marvel. Thunderbolts obviously did it, and then here is just this. It's a wonderful story. Now, the complaint that Sam had was it took forever to get there. I didn't care. I loved being in the environment. I love the 60s aesthetic. I love the getting to know the characters because like we haven't seen a true good version of these characters. The rivalry and banter between Ben and Johnny is awesome. Like it's on full display and it's wonderful. Loving, caring moments between Sue and Reed. The dynamic between them, the fact that he can't turn off his mind, that he's always going to go to that dark place, the curse of genius.
Oh yeah,
is wonderful.
They hit on that so well. Reed in particular, that like you said, that just the way that he, like he's very similar to kind of Tony Stark in a way, like there's just super mind and stuff like that, but it affects him in such a different way. You never see that effect with some of the other. There's a lot of genius characters in Marvel, right? Like so many of the superheroes are basically geniuses that either invent themselves a way to be a superhero or different things like that, or have an accident because they're doing experiments, all these different kinds of things. And it was a different way to frame that with Reed Richards, which I really, really enjoyed. And yeah, but you're right. They started right off the bat, like the movie starts with them finding out that they're pregnant. So right away, that this is going to be a journey, a family type of journey, or at least a husband and wife type of journey. Because at that point you haven't met the other characters, but yeah, they just do. I think that one of the to hit on what your point is though, one of the things that Marvel has always had, and what's made it such a strong cinematic universe is, at the end of the day, it's more about the relationships and about the characters than it is about the special effects. You know, like
It is, but
they never call the characters by their superhero names.
no.
Like not just in Fantastic Four, but in all these movies, they pretty much always call them by their given names.
Hell, they mocked it in Infinity War.
Right, exactly.
Oh, we're using our made up names. Then on Spider-Man.
Exactly.
Oh, you say that, but I mean, the end of the first MCU movie is I Am Iron Man.
That's true. That's
but
fair.
No, you're 100% right. Like, even Hulk, they don't really refer to him as Hulk. It's usually like the green guy or the angry guy, right?
Right.
So, listen, I was here for this movie, 100% in love with this movie, and then they made the comment about 37 seconds, and it took me out of the movie because everything kicked in.
It did. I had the same thing. I said it at the beginning.
In a row? Yes.
Right.
That was awesome. It did take a while to get there, but what did you think about Galactus?
I thought Galactus was very well done. I mean, first of all, he wasn't a purple cloud, which was refreshing.
Hey, how about that?
I know, but I mean, yeah, he was very, very menacing, very singularly focused. I'll be honest, I'm not super familiar with the character in the comic books outside of the broad strokes of, he's this, a world devourer. That's what I know. But, the depiction, at least the physical depiction, was very accurate. And it was, and I don't know about you, but the proposition that he makes to them,
mm-hmm.
your brain starts contemplating.
Could you
try, like, I mean, like that's, to me, I understood why. Obviously, I'm not a genius like Reed, but I understood why his brain was taken into some dark places.
Yeah, I understand it. Like, I do think like this is like what every parent would say, but I do think it's different when you're a parent because
100%.
Like you can't help but put yourself in that position and on Sue's side, on Reed's side the entire time.
Absolutely.
Like no chance in hell.
Absolutely.
I do want to say, so I'm going to spoil something here for the end of the movie. I'm not saying Marvel was wrong. I'm saying, Kevin Feige, I'm mad at you. Because if you had left this movie in an alternate timeline and left it on, was it 818 or whatever it was?
828, yeah.
828. Left it on 828 and then let Sue Storm die. We could have had the MCU's version of 3 Men and a Baby.
Yeah, that's true. And you miss out on a great cameo opportunity for those 3 actors too.
Yeah, all 3 of them. Bring them all in. Who could the Goop play?
I was torn. I was like, this is going to go one of 2 directions, right? Movie? It's either going to go, they're actually going to let her die, but I was pretty sure they were going to do it.
Paul Walter Hauser.
The baby's
dude, they gave us Mole Man. It made us give a shit about Mole Man.
Yep.
Freaking Mole Man. Are you kidding me?
That was awesome. Chris, I don't know how this is going to come out in post, but like I was talking that whole time and all of a sudden you came in again mid-sentence. You had frozen and then like I was talking and then you came back in mid-sentence. So that might just be garbled nonsense. That happens. I apologize.
No, my apology. My internet's a little
oh yeah, you're good. But no, yeah, Mole Man, that was that. Yeah, it was funny because I knew that I knew they'd had to cut Malkovich's part, and so reading a little bit about that did make me a little sad. But I also understood it because you said it yourself, and I agree to an extent that it takes a while to get to where you're going in this movie. They take their time building it up, and with some of at least my understanding is they were going to show some more of the Red Ghost, and that was going to be John Malkovich's character. It would have taken even longer, so I understand why for pacing purposes they had to cut that, but.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know jack crap about the Red Ghost. Like I don't go that deep on Marvel. So
me neither. It was more I would have been excited to see Malkovich in the MCU.
Yeah, but I wanted an MCU proper.
Like, fair.
So let me. Took me out of it a little bit. I'll admit it. Natasha Lyonne's character, just I don't. I understand why I understand why she's there, but I looked at it. I went, "Oh, it's Natasha Lyonne."
Yeah, I understand
For
what you mean.
a smaller part, that felt a little weird.
Yeah, I do understand what you mean. Yeah, for sure.
But I've tried twice not to get into Poker Face. I just don't care about Poker Face. So, all right. So there's a lot to digest with this movie. Hit me with like your top 3. What were your highlights in this film?
Ooh, great question. Honestly, when they first met Galactus, I thought that was really cool. Like that whole scene building up to where it did, I thought was really cool. Especially because I didn't know where that was going. Like that might be more familiar to the fans that know a lot more about Marvel, but I had no idea that was where that was going. I vaguely knew of the character of well, actually, I guess at that point in the movie, they hadn't even said that his name was Franklin, but I vaguely knew of that character, but I hadn't anticipated that was going to be what Galactus was going to say to them. It was like, oh, holy shit! Like to me, that was a big moment. I was split. It's a great moment when Johnny decides he's going to make the sacrifice. I mean, he'd already decided earlier because he was trying to convince Silver Surfer to let him make the sacrifice. Which she wouldn't go along with. But then he had that opportunity at the very end. When he has that moment of, tell Franklin Uncle Johnny loves him or something like that, and he starts flying, and then she comes in. I was like, I wasn't surprised when it happened, but it was still like, it was well done to the extent of where it was like they had set it all up, so you weren't really surprised. But you honestly, if that hadn't happened and Johnny had made the sacrifice, it would have still made sense within the context of the movie.
Agreed.
So that was another big moment for sure. And all right, this is not an epic moment, but this is a moment that resonated really hard with me. Was when Reed's sitting there, he's talking to Franklin, and he's saying he does the thing about how he's like most fathers want their children to be like them. He goes, "I hope you're nothing like me." Mm-hmm. I have absolutely legitimately thought that, like, about my children as well. So I completely understood where he was coming from with that. Oh, yeah. So of all of the crazy epic stuff in the movie, that's the part of that movie that has stuck with me the most and I've been thinking about the most.
I that part did hit me because I've had that same thought. I'll hit my highlights real quick. I know where I'm going to end. So let's start with the really cool stuff. One, they kind of touched on this in the Fantastic Four 2, the Jessica Alba version of Human Torch and Silver Surfer. By the way, Julia Garner, amazing job as a Silver Surfer.
She does do a fantastic job. Yeah.
Phenomenal. Like, you don't see her, like, if you've seen Ozark, did you ever watch Ozark?
No, I never did.
So that's what she's known for. She's known for Ozark. And she's great in Ozark. She's actually amazing in Ozark. She's the best part of that show, and it's got freaking Jason Bateman in it. You can't tell. Like, she disappears into this role and it's wonderful. Yeah. Also, I don't get the hate about a female Silver Surfer. It's well established in the comics. Her entire backstory, by the way, is established in the comics, and it's wonderful.
Oh yeah. And I didn't know that at the time. I like Googled it all later, and I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know there was another iteration of the character. I didn't care even without knowing that, but that provided some interesting context.
The interactions between them I thought was wonderful. I'm on the record, by the way, I think on a previous episode of saying that, the CGI looked terrible. No, the CGI looked amazing.
Oh, it was fantastic. I agreed.
The Silver Surfer CGI was awesome. They did not pinch coins at all on this. Like, every special effect looked phenomenal. Yep. Which also makes me go, thank God they slowed down on production because they can focus on quality. Because every scene of this looks amazing. Yes. Every scene of this movie, dare I say, looks fantastic. Number 2. This goes back to the look of things, but the insane awesomeness that was Galactus walking around New York City.
Oh, yeah.
That was just freaking cool.
It really was.
Like, he looks at the Statue of Liberty, turns his back, and walks away. It's wonderful.
Yep.
It's absolutely wonderful. The last act of that movie, on board with it, because you see Reed become the genius, and you see him have to, like, okay, that plan went to shit. Okay, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? And you see him going through the iterations. You see his crisis of confidence just kind of kick in. Like, the whole movie is about him just not being, him thinking he's not good enough. As smart as he is, he's not smart enough. He's not good enough. Till he comes up with something that works, but he realizes he needs everyone to be involved.
Yep.
But that'll bring me to my absolute favorite part of this movie, and this is, some people look at it and say it's dumb, but, like, I said this about Thunderbolts, where it's you get through grief alone. You can't get through grief alone. You need your friends, you need your family to help you out. The power of a mother's love is what turns this around, is amazing.
Right.
Sue Storm in all of her glory. Vanessa Kirby, I thought, was pitch perfect in this movie.
She's
I loved her.
Phenomenal.
I loved her.
Like, I'm legitimately going to say, I honestly was like, that's about as close to me, is going to sound cheesy, but that was about as close to an Academy Award worthy performance in the MCU that I've seen. I thought she was fantastic. Again, no pun intended.
I put that performance up there with Queen Ramonda from Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I put it up there with Killmonger, who I thought was an amazing performance. I'll put it up there with Tony Stark. It's a wonderful performance. It's emotional.
It really is good.
It's resonant. That scene where you hear Mr. Fantastic say, I'm calling him by his made up names now.
Yeah.
Where it's like, well, what they're saying is logical, it's ethical, and yada, yada, yada. And she realized that he thought that.
Yep.
And the fight that ensued is so pitch perfect, because you see crystal clear each side of their story, each side of their argument, where you see her being the knowing who she's married to, knowing what he does, but knowing that he can't turn that off for the sake of the family is amazing.
She won't let herself go there, and he can't help but having himself go there.
But you can see immediately, and I love this about Pedro Pascal's performance, the regret on his face when he said it, and the regret on his face throughout that argument. He feels so... He does a good job of expressing it better than I ever could, but he can't help but go there.
Mm-hmm.
The curse of genius, I guess it is, right? He can't help but think of the worst case scenario in every situation and try and plan for how to avoid it.
Right.
It's wonderful. It's freaking wonderful. Also, they gave us Mole Man, dude. Freaking Mole Man.
I know.
I never thought I'd see Mole Man in a movie.
Oh, I know. When that happened, I was like, what the hell? This is amazing.
My Lord. It's Paul Walter Hauser, he's actually really good as Mole Man.
He is. He definitely is.
Oh, man. I freaking love this movie.
Yeah. It was a great way to kick off Phase 6.
Yes. It's a great way to kick off Phase 6.
And I mean, obviously, with the post-credit stinger, it's a great way to kick off Phase 6.
We haven't gone there yet.
No, I'm not trying to accelerate us getting there, but
I'm trying to what. So this is it's almost like a time capsule movie, right? It's everything happens within this. There's very little until you get to that stinger. There's very little that impacts anything else in the MCU.
Right. Well, I mean, it's a different Earth. It's a different different area of the multiverse, right? So, so that's which makes it interesting. And it actually opens up again. This obviously they opened up the aesthetic, they opened up the whole thing, but by doing that, you fundamentally get in that, because a lot of times after the first Avengers movie, there were some people that would be like, whatever cataclysmic thing would happen in subsequent MCU movies, they'd be like, well, why didn't they call in the Avengers? And they always have to kind of make some excuse or something like that. Well, if you're in a completely different area of the multiverse, and we haven't tapped into the multiverse yet, that really, at that level, you're free. You have more of a free playground to play in. And I did like I did love the retro futuristic look of everything.
I love the aesthetic of this film. Some people said it's a different way to it's a different story, and it was just kind of surface level color and polish. I thought it was wonderful. I thought it was wonderful. I thought it was clever. I love the old school Fantastic Car.
Yep.
I loved every aspect, every minute of it. I would live in that environment if I could. It was wonderful.
It was a the way Nikki compared it to the Jetsons, and I was like, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good comparison because the Jetsons was made in the 60s, right? And it was
Yep.
a 60s vision of the future. And this is kind of the similar thing, like imagining what a 60s vision of the future would be like. The comparison I made was to Back to the Future Part 2. They imagined what the they extrapolated the 80s out into the future as if those, fashion trends and everything were going to extend to their completely illogical conclusion. It's the same kind of thing. But I dug it. I was on board.
I did too. I'm trying to think, like, as I open another beer because I'm going to keep talking about this movie.
Yep.
I was trying to think, like, okay, I don't want to rack and stack. I'm not a huge fan of rack and stack, but from an origin standpoint, one of the best MCU origin stories we've seen.
Oh yeah, and they do it. Part of the way they do it is by basically glossing over the origin story, or
Yes.
doing a summary of it. It's very similar to the way they did Spider-Man: Homecoming, right?
Yeah.
It's like we've had a couple iterations of this character before. We don't need to show them going into space and the whole like build up to all that. It's like we start; they're already the heroes. We'll do a brief 5-minute recap for anybody who's coming in that's unfamiliar, and then we just go from there. And so it's a non-origin story because it's still kind of their first. Obviously, they show all the other battles and the diplomatic things and all the way that they've grown into these new roles, but this is their first honest to goodness like cosmic battle.
Yes.
So it still functions as an origin story, which is really cool.
Can we talk about the there's the opening where Sue Storm is addressing like the nations and all that.
Oh yeah.
And the camera pans. Did you catch it?
Latveria
with an empty seat.
I absolutely got it. Yep.
Doom.
Yep.
Victor Von Doom is there. That's why we're not going to talk about the post-credits thing area. Let's stay in the actual movie because I think we could spend 2 hours talking about fantasizing about what this means and how this all plays in together. And if anything's taught us anything, Mike, is that you and I having these conversations leading up to Infinity War and Endgame, we were wrong and we love being wrong.
The only thing I was right about, if you remember with Endgame, was after they dropped the trailer and you saw Hawkeye with his kids at the very beginning or something like that. That was like a short clip of the trailer. I texted you and I said, what I think's going to happen. I didn't think it was going to be the opening scene of the movie, but I texted you something about what's going to happen is Hawkeye's with his family when the snap happens. He's going to turn around and they're all gone.
Yep,
do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Like, even though I anticipated it, it was still like a gut punch when it happened. Anyway, that was the only thing I was.
But it got us. It did get us
else.
to Ronin. It got us to Ronin and Hawkeye, which was
hell yeah. But I was like, oh yeah, there's no way Captain America is going to live through Infinity War. And like, even if you told me what was going to happen, generally, I would have been way off on who was going to get snapped. Anyway, we're not talking about those movies. But yes, you're 100% correct that speculation is always fun, but ultimately futile.
It is futile, and I don't care. It's going to be fun. We're going to do it.
Oh, neither.
I'm trying to think, what else in this movie? What else in Fantastic Four that I devoured the entire film, and I just saw it 37 minutes ago, and I'm still trying to think through everything. So here's an interesting story. So this is I'll throw this out there because Leah's never going to listen to this, but we were in a movie theater. I think it was Jurassic World. I think we were watching Jurassic World, and they had trailers for the Fantastic Four and Superman. And Mike, you're going to tell me this isn't Am I the Asshole? Okay, are you familiar with what AITA is?
Oh yeah.
So we're in those movies, and Leah looks over and she goes, to both Superman and to this, these look stupid.
Yep.
They look
you told me that when she said that.
And like at that point in time, like I'm in my head, I'm going divorce lawyer. So Superman came out. She said Superman looks stupid. I went with Sam to see Superman. Fantastic Four came out. She said Fantastic Four looks stupid. I booked tickets to go see Fantastic Four with my friend Sam.
Yeah.
And my wife is pissed.
Yeah. Hey.
But like, you said it looks stupid.
Yeah.
You said. So and now I'm in trouble for that. But I texted her afterwards, and I'm like, I'm trying to think exactly what I said. I had texted her. I said it's wonderful. So this movie is just wonderful. It's what I needed it to be. It wasn't what I wanted it to be. I wanted them to end in a certain place, yada, yada, yada. 100% okay that they didn't.
Sure.
I devoured this movie, and I can't wait to go see it again, which I now have to go see it again because my wife hasn't seen it and is not mad at me. So,
oh, darn. I'm sorry. My condolences.
This weekend will be,
You always want to see these twice because you pick up on things the second time.
That's why I'm a little mad I didn't see Superman twice. Have you seen Superman yet?
Yeah. You know who I'm married to. Of course I saw Superman.
That's true. Oh God, where's Nikki?
She got home from she was working long days on Mondays. Now we're recording this on Monday, so she basically went straight to bed. So when she got home from work,
I wanted to know what her thought process was on the Superman and Lois dynamic.
I'm trying to remember what I don't want to speak for her because I would fudge up her exact thoughts. Like why the fuck did I just say?
We need to get her on here. Later on this week at some point. Let me know a night. We'll discuss Superman too because I would love to deep dive Superman.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've beat around the bush long enough. What'd you think of the post-credit stinger?
I didn't know. I'll be honest. I didn't know where it was going when it started. I mean, it was it comes up 4 years later. I was like, okay, this is cool. And it's young Franklin, and they're obviously cracking the jokes about how he's like a super intellect and stuff like that with the origin of species.
Oh my God, that was wonderful. Oh my God,
that was really funny.
I thought that was phenomenal. I laughed so hard. I was the only one in the theater laughing at that, but I laughed so hard at that.
I didn't laugh out loud, but I did smile because I was like, that's really funny. That's great. But honestly, right up until the final shot, for what I thought the cliffhanger was because she was just going to come back and he was going to be gone.
Yeah.
So that's what I was expecting, and good for them for subverting my expectations because she comes around the corner and it's Franklin and there's a figure kneeling before him in a robe. When he's holding a mask off to the side, which means he's staring into the face. He's the first character in the MCU, as far as we know, to stare into the face of Dr. Doom. And that was just like, and next up's Doomsday. So it's kind of like, there you go.
So are you mad we didn't get to see RDJ as Doom?
No, I don't want to see that before Doomsday, to be honest.
Okay, you're better than me. I was like, give me dialogue. Give me a menacing look. Give me something.
Yeah,
but
I can see that argument, but it was enough just to me, just knowing that that's the character and stuff. And hell, I don't know when not that they couldn't have obviously done additional shots or something like that, but I don't know exactly when they shot that, so they might not have even known that RDJ was going to be the character at that point in time.
That's true. So,
I have no idea.
It doesn't appear to be any unlike the first Fantastic Four movie where they were all friends and Victor Von Doom was a predecessor, and it doesn't seem to be the connection between Doom and the Fantastic Four in this iteration.
Right.
Which exactly. I love. I think it gives you a lot more creative freedom with what you can do with Doom, and you can make him the big multiversal threat.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm trying in my head to piece together now the post-credit scenes of Thunderbolts.
I did the same thing. Yep.
And Feige saying, Joe, first off, the ship that we saw at Thunderbolts is not the Fantastic Four spaceship. That's not the same spaceship we saw in the Fantastic Four.
No, that's true. That is true.
It's a different ship. So what the hell?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's John Krasinski in there. Just kidding.
I would love. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Maybe it's Yoan Gruffit in there.
Is that how you say his name?
I have no idea. I probably just totally butchered
I've always Ian Griffeld.
I think you're right. I think it's like IOAN. So I think, I don't know how to pronounce it, but anyway.
Oh, Lord.
Sure shit ain't Miles Teller. I'll give you that.
Thank God.
I hope not. God, I was trying to explain to Nikki because Nikki's never seen any version of the Fantastic Four.
Oh God.
And I've seen. I saw the 2005 one. I saw, I fucking unfortunately saw the Josh Trank 2015 one, and I've seen clips of the 94 one. I've never seen the whole thing, but so I've seen I was like, I've seen all of them. Trust me, this is by far the best
Oh,
iteration of
it's
this
not
movie.
close.
It's not even close.
It's not close. The Invisible Woman powers, but oh, hold on. I do have a gripe.
Okay.
They had the baby in space, fine.
That was intense as fuck, by the way.
That was intense as hell, and it was wonderful. But I got lost. Maybe it's me. Maybe this is a problem with me. Maybe I lost track of the timeline because that baby looks like 9 months old, really quick. That baby didn't look a month old when they got off the ship.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Definitely the I was having the same thought too. I was like, baby can kind of hold up its head.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. Like that baby's holding up its head, no problem. Like that baby's not a month old. That baby's like 4 months old.
Right. I mean, but Hollywood always takes liberties with even newborn children tend to look like 3 months old because it's hard to like, especially. I mean, I'm fairly certain the baby was entirely CGI, but I mean, before when you had to actually have actual babies, nobody's going to let Hollywood use their newborn. So, that's why I always thought because Abby was so small. I was like, man, we probably missed out on being able to like loan her out. It's like, hey, you need a 4-month-old that's still only 6 pounds.
Wow. So that was something that I will say I rubbed into a little bit, and this is more of a me problem than anything else. But I had the same problem with the movie The Flash, the
Ezra
Miller one.
Ezra Miller. I couldn't pull up their name. Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of putting babies, specifically babies, in danger.
Yeah.
That always rubbed me the wrong. The Flash did it to an extreme extent because it's. Have you seen that movie?
I have, but I'm trying to remember exactly what
the opening scene of The Flash is basically Barry needing to run.
Oh,
through,
that's
like,
right.
The
I
hospital,
remember now. Yeah.
And he's basically just tossing babies left and right to keep them alive, which you can't do to babies.
I do remember that. I do remember thinking, okay, this is ridiculous. Yep.
I kind of had that same thing with the Galactus at this one, where he's like, he can reach into this gigantic man hand, this god hand, can reach into a building, collapse it around him, and keep the baby safe. Pull it out, and the baby's just like sitting there a-okay.
I mean, but the baby never even contacted his hand. It was always, he was always just floating above.
That's true. But then you get that really cool scene with Sue Storm pushing him back in. All right, let's kind of do some fantasy casting here, Mike, or some. How do these puzzle pieces fit together in your head? How do these puzzle pieces fit together?
Oof. So
hold on. I'm going to add the wrinkle in this. I'm not just talking about Fantastic Four. How does the X-Men universe fit into this? The Fox X-Men universe. How do all of these pieces fit together for Doomsday?
So, it's a great question, and it might sound weird given all of the overthinking that I've expressed already throughout this episode and through all of these episodes we've done, but I haven't really gone that deep into how I think it's going to be. It's just like from a general standpoint, I just feel like they're going to have to find the strongest warriors across multiple universes and bring them all together to fight this power. Now, I don't know how they're going to find them across those universes or something like that. Like that's going to be an interesting thing. I mean, is Benedict Cumberbatch even in Doomsday? I don't remember if he's on the cast list because like Doctor Strange would be like one of the, because he's the multiverse experience dude. Like
him and America Chavez, right?
Right, exactly. I think they're both. I think they're both on the cast. Anyway, but like, so that would kind of be your conduit into that potentially. So, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know exactly how they're going to find him, but I feel like that's kind of the way that's going to go. But I don't know. I don't know what's gonna. I don't know how. I clearly Doom is going to be the presence that is going to bring them together, but I don't know. I don't know in what way that's going to happen. The only thing I can think of is he's traveling across multiple universes and doing some serious damage, and all of these different ones are getting pissed and they're all like chasing him somewhere or something like that, and they all like end up together. Maybe it's something like that.
I could see that. Like, I mean, they've played with the idea of the anchor beings too, so the anchor beings could be a part of it.
True.
I just
Maybe Deadpool just shows up in the middle and says, okay, you guys and you guys and you guys, you all just need to get the fuck together and go after this guy. And then he leaves.
But like, so the idea of like all these different groups coming together to battle, that's the premise of Secret Wars.
I was going to say that's exactly what it is.
Which is the second movie we're getting.
Well, and so I actually will say that that's a great point because I'm kind of jumping ahead of myself. I think most of the ones that you saw that we saw on that like really, really long traversal of the chairs, all of those chairs and stuff like that, that I'm assuming, I don't know this for sure, but I'm assuming they did the same thing with Infinity War and Endgame. They filmed both at the same time. And what I think you're probably going to get in Doomsday is 10 seconds of some of these people in those roles leading up to having larger parts in Secret Wars.
So is it like the collecting of the stones type of thing with Thanos, where we're gonna, whatever reason he's gonna go to these different realities,
right?
Because he's at some point got to interact with Earth Prime,
right?
The X-Men universe,
right?
The Fantastic Four universe,
right? So that's at least 3. Obviously, we tapped into the other Spider-Man universes, but
the Void presumably as well, because Gambit's going to be in the movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot Channing Tatum's on the cast list, so that's a good point.
And I don't like. I used to have all these thoughts leading into like Infinity War of how they're going to piece this together. I honestly have no idea. I'm just excited to see it.
Same, because especially because like we're getting some characters that like Shang-Chi's coming back. Thank finally.
God. It's been so long.
Yeah, like bring some of these characters. You kind of establish these characters, and then they don't reappear again. Like that. Yeah. One of the cool things with the first 3 phases was a lot of the main characters, even if they had a one-off movie and then they weren't around for a couple of years, they would still kind of pop up here and there.
Yep.
That's fine because they're scattered across the globe and stuff like that, and it would seem forced if you had to do that. But yeah, I just want to know. I don't know. I don't know how it's all going to play in.
I want to see
it.
Yeah, I don't know. I will say this, when all is said and done, I'm ready for my West Coast Avengers, and I'm ready for New Avengers or Young Avengers, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. I mean, they set up Young Avengers at the end of the Marvels, so
they haven't touched it.
And then they haven't touched it, and that's the whole thing. Is like by the time they get to Young Avengers, they're all going to be old. At least the actors will.
They're going to be in their 30s. Like
I was going to say, they're kind of old now.
I mean, what's her name? Haley Steinfeld's got to be late 20s now, right?
Sorry, I muted for a second because I was coughing. She was like 14 when she did True Grit, and that was, probably 15, maybe more than 15 years ago. She's got to be pushing 30.
Yeah. I don't care.
Crazy.
I want it. I don't care.
Oh, hell yeah.
I want it.
Hey, they've used de-aging technology before. They can do it. It's fine.
Also, we're gonna get Namor back in Doomsday.
Oh, that's right. Namor's coming back. I was
sitting here trying to remember all the characters. Yeah. I just thought about that. Like, freaking, that's awesome. Like, that's absolutely awesome. Aquaman. Submariner.
Yeah. So get back to Doomsday for a second though. I don't think this is going to happen, and I don't even know if I would necessarily like it, but I thought it would be. But I read this and I was like, okay, that'd be kind of cool, because they unfortunately spent so much time establishing Kang, right? And he was the next big bad, and then all of that went down. I read somewhere it's like, how are they going to deal with this or something like that? And somebody posited, what if you're back at the Council of Kangs that you last saw at the end of Quantumania, and then all of a sudden everything goes silent and Doom shows up and just wipes them all out.
Oh, I would love that.
I was like, that'd be pretty, because that would immediately establish like that's how like powerful this
God
dude
level
is.
It's God level Doom.
Right, exactly. And that makes it, that would, it would both tie up that loose end and establish the character. I was like, I almost don't want them to do that now that you planted that seed, but at the same time, that would have been really cool. Like just going in blind, and you're like, wait a minute, it's the Council of Kangs. Why is this still a thing? And then like, boom, it'd be awesome.
So confession time.
Okay.
I like Kang in the comic books. I did not care for Jonathan Majors' interpretation of the character. I didn't like it in Loki. I didn't like it in Quantumania. I didn't buy it. Like I didn't buy him as a god level threat at all. I never
Interesting.
bought that character, especially if like the Prime King, whatever you want to call him, was the one from Quantumania. Really, this
Oh,
badass multiversal badass gets taken out by Ant-Man
oh yeah.
and
No,
the Wasp.
Quantumania, Quantumania was a misstep in a great number of ways. I liked He Who Remains. That's the one iteration where I was like, you know, I
Is that the
really
one
was
at the end of
buying. I really
Loki?
was buying into that at the end of Loki season 1. But
Yeah.
yeah, by the time like the character in Quantumania, I'm with you. He did not seem nearly as many. And of course, I forget if we already talked about this on an earlier episode of the Chris and Mike rant about the MCU, um, but I still feel like they missed that huge opportunity at the end of Quantumania. They just completely destroyed the stakes when they
Yeah.
finally like they take a breath and they're like, okay, let's go home, press a button, and they go back. I was like, no, I thought they were trapped. Like that was interesting. And
That
then
was
they just
punk rock. That was awesome.
yeah. Anyway,
Like, you
but
now need to go on a heist to get your dad back. Like there's Ant-Man 4. Yeah, it is.
eh,
It is what it
yeah.
is.
Anyway, Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly in Doomsday 2.
So that's interesting. Evangeline Lilly gave up acting, so
That's
she's
what I
not
thought.
acting
Okay, I
anymore.
thought she wasn't coming back. Okay.
Paul Rudd, I thought, is in Doomsday. They didn't say anything about
Catherine Newton.
Catherine Newton. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I imagine if she shows up again, she'll show up in Young Avengers or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I know Michael Douglas is done, but you know,
Yeah. And Michelle Pfeiffer, I'm betting, is done too. So
I'm sure. Yeah.
which
Absolutely.
is fine.
Oh yeah.
No mention of Star Lord in Doomsday, I don't believe. But
No,
presumably he's
I don't
on
think so.
Earth. He's on Earth. Last we saw.
Right. I mean, maybe they've got some surprise casting still up their sleeve or in their back pocket.
Well, they somebody said like that wasn't all. Like they mentioned that, but that wasn't everybody.
I thought I saw something like that too. Yeah.
So like, okay, well, how long do we have to wait for Doomsday now? Is it a year? It's over a year, right? Or almost a year?
It's May of next year. It's where they always put the Avengers movies in that last week of April, first week of
That's
May.
just so long. There's nothing now.
And there's nothing between it. I know.
We have Eyes of
Oh my gosh,
Wakanda,
it's back to the way things used to be.
the animated series Eyes of Wakanda,
Yeah.
and we have I
finally get to catch up because I still haven't seen Agatha. I haven't seen
Agatha's really good.
I know. I want to see what's the I haven't seen Thunderheart yet. Those are the two I
Ironheart.
haven't seen. Or Ironheart. Yeah, Thunderheart.
Thinking of Thunder.
I've been doing that 90s movie bracket too long.
Agatha All Along is wonderful. I really did dig that. We do have. Is it Wonder Man? Yeah, Abdul Mateen's got a TV show coming out from the MCU.
Oh.
And Wonder Man is the name that comes to mind. Let me see. So
I
Yahya
heard about
Abdul-Mateen was from. I think it's Wonder Man. He's Black Manta in the Aquaman movies.
Oh, yeah.
And I think he's also I think he's also Dr. Manhattan in the Watchmen TV series.
That's another thing I have not gotten around to seeing yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's yeah.
That
you gotta
is
remember when that came out and everybody was watching it. I had like a 1-year-old. Well, you had a 1-year-old too, so
I still
anyway.
saw it.
Yep.
But no, the 1-year-old. You also had the 4 or 5-year-old at that point too.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I was juggling.
I
too.
didn't
That's
we
right.
could watch whatever we wanted with a 1-year-old. It's easy to watch TV. They sleep most of the time.
Right, and you can watch things like while they're sleeping in the room because, yeah.
God, I think it's Wonder Man.
I loved speaking of the babies though. Getting back to the Fantastic Four movie, I love the joke about that Ben makes about, oh yeah, you sleep when the baby sleeps. I've been
Oh
reading.
God, that was hilarious.
That was so. But I love that they were all raising the kid together as a family. Again, that family dynamic. It was really cool.
Yeah, Yahya Abdul-Mateen is Wonder Man. So we will be getting a series this year apparently on Wonder Man. There's apparently a teaser trailer out there for it. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know what Wonder Man is. That is not tickling anything.
I never read him. I think my vague recollection is that he's some sort of a a superhero that's actually an actor and he's kind of a dick.
Okay.
That's my simplistic
Sounds fun.
analysis. Listen, I've seen this guy. He's awesome as Black Manta.
Mhm.
He's awesome legitimately awesome in The Watchmen. He's not Dr. Manhattan. He's what's his name's wife. The main actress from Watchmen. I have to Google this, and it makes me so sad I have to Google it.
I mean, is he Night Owl?
No, he's not superpowered. He's just the husband of the
Oh,
main
okay.
woman. So when you watch Watchmen, he is not the show itself is not about the main characters at all.
Gotcha.
So it's a version of the Watchmen told like 30 or 40 years post Watchmen.
I knew it was I knew it was basically a continuation of the story from the comics, right? Because that's why like the alien squid thing is like a symbol of one of like the revolutionary groups or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So they didn't do the stupid thing where it was like we can't have a alien giant squid. It's just going to be Dr. Manhattan is the one that did it. It's like no, why? Like,
oh no, you actually see the alien giant squid in the Watchmen.
Okay, so that's
the TV
that's
show.
cool.
There's the flashback they do. Regina King, who's
okay.
absolutely amazing in the Watchmen.
I love Regina King. Yeah,
worth watching. But we're getting a Wonder Man show. Like that's like the last thing I think we might get before Doomsday, which is weird.
that is kind of weird.
Oh no, because we'll also get Daredevil season 2.
Oh, it is okay.
Wait a minute.
I wasn't when that came out. But I mean, that's kind of nice because, and I mean, Feige had said this too, is that you know, the movies weren't going to rely as much on the TV shows like they were doing for a little while. So that doesn't surprise me a whole lot. And I mean, I liked the way that the TV shows informed the movies, but I think it makes more sense because I was keeping up with the TV shows. Nikki really didn't care that much. But when we would go to the movies, I would kind of be in like, okay, let me fill you in on what happened in the TV shows just in case it comes up because like, you know, you should know what's going on. And so like, for example, when we saw Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, and she was a little shocked when Scarlet Witch suddenly is a bad guy. It's like, wait a minute, what's happening now?
She's coming back at some point. Like that's
for sure. She's got to.
So I was wrong. So we do have Daredevil season 2, which you haven't seen season 1 yet. Daredevil Born Again season 1. Oh, you're caught on Daredevil. Okay.
I did watch Daredevil Born Again. Yeah.
So we get season 2 of Daredevil, and then we also get I forgot to mention this, Vision Quest.
I was going to say right after I said Bettany, I was like, wait a minute, of course he's coming back. Vision Quest. Yeah.
Has Ultron coming back too?
Yeah, I mean, makes sense.
So like it's like I always think like there should be an out point for the MCU, and I haven't gotten to it yet. Like I have not. For me personally, I haven't gotten my jump off ship point yet.
No, I agree. I mean, there's still there's how do I want to put this? I'm not riding as much of a high as I did, especially during that phase 3 win streak that they had, like that. I'm not that much of a high, but you know, there's still enough good stuff that's keeping me excited and invested, and enough teasers for what might be coming.
Yep.
That I'm still on board right now. I mean, after Secret Wars, I honestly don't know. I don't know what's going to be coming after that, and I'm not sure. They're telling anybody yet because
that's got to be a hard reset point. Like Secret Wars has got to be the hard reset.
Kevin Feige basically said as much, right? He's like, we're moving towards a point where we're going to tell new stories about these characters. So we're going to recast an Iron Man or a Captain America and different things. Yep. He said, he came out and said that. And it makes sense. That's accurate to the comic books too. Like the comic books have always had multiple characters carry the mantle. And different things.
Does. It also gives you the unique perspective where you can introduce an Iron Man or a Captain America in a world with mutants and the Fantastic Four already established.
Right.
So like I'm in for it. Like I want to see where it goes, but I don't know how you get there.
Yeah, me neither. But you know, so far The Russo brothers have yet to steer me wrong. So,
I don't know. I never saw Cherry, so I heard it was terrible.
well, I'm within the context of the MCU.
Yes.
The Russo brothers have not steered me wrong yet.
The
So.
Russo brothers have also not had a script done with anyone other than Marcus and McFeely.
Good point. Good
And
point.
I think it's one of them is back for Doomsday. The Doomsday is written by one of the Marcus McFeely duo, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting.
I think it's Marcus. I think Chris Marcus or something like that is back doing it. But
Okay.
we got a lot. There's a lot that's going to be coming out. We've got a long time till we have another one of these conversations, though.
Yep.
Because I don't think we'll have one for Vision Quest. I don't think we'll have one for Wonder Man. But we do have for next year 2 MCU movies because we've got Doomsday and then July of next year is Spider-Man 4.
Yep. True.
So a lot going. Which, by the way, I realized this week. Sadie Sink from Stranger Things is in Spider-Man 4.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Maybe
she's on Broadway right now doing some show, right? Like it's something based on the Crucible.
Do we need an iteration of the Crucible?
I read something about it. Well, no, it's based on the Crucible, but it's like it kind of flips the script a little bit. I don't know. I was reading a little bit about it. It sounded interesting. Supposedly she's great. So I know she was great in Stranger Things. So
yeah, I'm waiting for that. Maybe we'll do. Are you a Stranger Things fan?
Oh yeah, we'll watch season 5 when it drops.
So, well, there's 3 different versions of season 5.
What?
Yeah, season 5 is split up into 3 series, 3 releases. So what someone was telling me is that it's like a Halloween release, a Thanksgiving release, and a Christmas release.
Okay,
and it's like,
I mean
apparently it's 2 to 3 episodes per, but each episode is like 90 minutes long.
Yeah, I mean that's
perfect for those of us with young kids, easily digestible.
Yeah,
not going to traumatize them at all.
True.
So, all right, Mike. Well, we have been at it for almost an hour, my friend. Last parting thoughts on Fantastic Four.
Just go see it if you like good storytelling with some spectacle, a lot of heart, really good performances, and don't be scared by the previous failures to bring the Fantastic Four to the screen, because they do it justice this time around.
They do. Although if you've made it 50 minutes into this recording and you have not seen the movie yet, you're doing something.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, I guess I'm not like, I don't know why I'm like speaking to somebody like, in case you haven't seen the movie. Yeah. But
yeah, go. It's worth it. I'll be seeing it a second time because I got to take Leah to see it now. I don't have to. I get to.
Yeah, exactly.
But we hope you enjoyed the usual banter with Mike and myself tonight. Thank you for joining us. And for the PTE Network, I've been Chris,
and I've been Mike.
We'll see you next time. Until then, have a good one.